What's up guys, it's Roger and welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing some more Soulstone Survivors. Gonna be trying a bit of a funky build. Got our runes on here, singular focus, you got some other stuff here, some weapon expert, sure-footed, and dash mastery. Gonna go on to the frozen wastelands. Don't have much on in terms of curse because I just want to have a bit of a fun run. And what I want to try to do here is get a lot of chaining abilities. So you can see we're going to start with our regular ability, of course, and then we're going to start with Unchained Chaos. So that's just going to chain around. And these abilities are usually more so made for taking out large groups of enemies, right? They're really good for that. And that's nice, but they kind of fall off late game. My thought process is I want to try to see if I can make any kind of a build where they stay sustainably good damage to like the late game, you know what I mean? Can we make it to where we can actually use these abilities throughout the entire match because we just have so many of them, we've upgraded them so many times that they actually stay viable? I don't know if it's possible, probably not, but maybe, so we might as well go ahead and give it a try, right? I guess if we can do Bumble here, that'd be pretty cool too. I might have to look up the little rune on the ground here, the exact order. I'm pretty confident that red is first, unless I'm forgetting. But I think red is first, and then is it red, green? Well, it's the order of the boss crystals. So you get like red, green. Yeah, I was gonna see if it was on this screen maybe, but it's not on this screen. I may have to go ahead and look it up, which is fine with me. Area modifier for missile. I'm kind of thinking I'm not going to get that, and I love movement speed just because I don't plan on getting a bunch of missile abilities. I plan on getting these nice chaining abilities. Like chain lightning, perfect. So you see this is 580 damage and does dazed. And it's mostly for ad clear, but the idea is we can get that going in combination with Unchained Chaos and just have them both go off like crazy. This has damage, right? Yes, it does. Okay, I was just making sure. And its negative effects, of course. And then hopefully by late game, it's actually some sustainable damage? I don't know. It's going to be a funky one for sure, but I thought it could be kind of interesting. Maybe we should keep one direct damage ability. Maybe I should keep like the Unchained or the chaotic missiles that we have here just to be safe, so we have some way to actually directly hit our enemies, or else it could get a little too crazy, but I don't know. Area modifier, nice. Ooh, I do love manifestations of chaos and ice vortex. But I'm just going to use my rolls here for now to see if we can get any other chaining abilities. And if not, then that's cool. I'm fine just using some banishes here to just get rid of abilities. Right, like that's fine. I know what I want. It's just about getting there and getting those abilities, you know what I mean? That's the thing with singular focus. I mean, obviously, they still want to give you other abilities in case there's one you're looking for, and then you can try to get more instances of that ability, but they need to give you the chances to get other abilities. But sometimes you just really want that same ability again, and they just won't give it to you. And that's where you're just like, come on, man, I put the rune on for a reason. Maybe that'd be interesting if they did some kind of way where you could actually say, okay, I want to focus on this ability when you have singular focus on, and they actually let you focus that ability and have a higher chance of it dropping. You know, it would just make the rune much more viable, and when you want to do these builds, have it be more effective and easier to put these cool runs together where you really want to do stuff like this. Cast frequency like crazy, let's go, baby. I don't want Chaos Golems right now. I will take Thunderclap, because if I'm trying to do the Bumble thing, the only thing I'm worried about is actually getting them on top of this right here. In fact, since we have so much chain stuff going on, I could probably grab my phone with my other hand and open like a little tutorial or something and see if I can get to Bumble's lair here. Let's see. Really appreciate anybody who actually watched my video about getting to Bumble's lair. It has, I think, like 700 views now, which is awesome. I've never had a Soulstone video do more than 100 or 200. But it actually got into like the Google search terms and everything, and people were really watching that to see how to get there. So if you were one of the people that did watch that, I really appreciate it. Let's see here. I'm gonna open up this little guidey guide. I just need the order of the colors. And obviously the boss is here. Okay, so it is red, blue, yellow, green, purple. Now where is this boss? You wanna come down here for me, big boy? Yeah, laser attack is not very useful for me, I'll tell you that much. You want to stop casting that? Oops. Get down here. Come have a play date with me down here. my friend. Oh, my brother in Christ, you have done it. You are standing on the circle. I really appreciate that. Now it's time to absolutely waste your bus. I love Might, and I think it could be very good for this build. Of course, we just want to get these chaining abilities out there as much as possible. Huh. I'm fine to just clap his cheek holes with what we have right now. And we have a pretty good run here, despite, you know, the funky nature of it. But hopefully the funky nature is what can really bring it out to a cool level later on. So next is blue. There we go, blue up here. Now there is different abilities you can get from Bumble, but you need to do like really high curse levels to unlock those abilities. So I'm unfortunately not going to be able to get the other abilities from Bumble because I don't have those crazy high curse levels unlocked, which is unfortunate, but that's how it goes. So I'm going to try to hopefully get my... That's like the one reason I should get my curse level up. But high curse levels, like I've been trying to do curse level 7, and there's a reason I'm doing like a fun build like this, which is high curse levels just kind of suck. Like curse level 6 isn't too bad, and you can finish it pretty easily without too much resistance, but curse level 7 just stinks cheeks. Okay, perfect, more chain lightning. So let's go ahead and get rid of Thunderclap for now. I think what I'm gonna do, or what I'm gonna look for, is 2 chain lightnings, 2 unchained chaos, and then we'll keep our chaotic missile. And with that combination, I think we should be hitting pretty hard. And then we're just gonna keep might, so that we can actually get a big, you know, percentage damage modifier on our chaining abilities. Because a big place they struggle in is the damage they do. So if we can have a really effective might that activates, then that could be very, very good for us and actually enable them to be something useful in the late game. So that's kind of the strategy I'm going for right now. We're going to keep that one power up and then the chaotic missiles just so we have one little thing to actually let us do some direct damage. And then we will go ahead and just go crazy on the chaining effects here. Very excited to see how crazy they can go in the late game. That's another chain lightning. I think what I'm looking for is another unchained chaos. Well, let me think about this. We could just get 3 chain lightning. This is 2 and 390. This is 780. Sure, let's get 3 chain lightnings. Alright, this is gonna be crazy ad clear. Look at it go. Oh man. I'm gonna get a sip of water here really quick if you don't mind. Ah, much better. Dude, I am hungry right now. I am gonna do this video and then I'm gonna go get myself some nice food. Hey big boy, you wanna come over here? Yeah, keep walking. There you go. Time to die, compadre. What does compadre mean? I don't know. You're just kind of chilling on there, huh? Honestly, you're dying pretty quickly. See, the thing is, we are stacking up a lot of dazed with how much we have of 3 chain lightnings, which is going to stack up doing a lot of damage on a sucker like this. That's beautiful. That's beautiful too. There we go. There's blue. Next is yellow. Where's yellow at? I think yellow's like top right, perhaps? Because that's purple. Yep, there we go. Now, in my personal opinion, this is orange, not yellow, but, you know, like the XP on the ground, that's yellow. This is orange. I gotta say, this ad clear is pretty fucking pogged. Look at this going off. The other rune I wanted to have was one that makes your multicast chains go longer, and I was like, that would be really cool to get, but unfortunately I couldn't really fit that with the rest of the runes that I needed because I needed singular. And the thing with singular as a rune is it's really fun and good, but it's 5, right? It costs 5 runic power. I gotta take the cast frequency of Chain Lightning. I'm gonna pour as much ooey gooey power into Chain Lightning as we can because I just want it to be insanely strong. This is a missile? Why is this missile? I don't know. Just do it though. Because I think Chain Lightning is what's going to be most of our damage in this, or at least I want it to be. Because I'm really just trying to test how strong it can be. Now, Chain Lightning did get buffed, you must remember, in the most recent patch. And that's part of the reason that sparked me to want to try this run. I figured, okay, well if they buffed it, maybe it actually could be good towards late game now, because usually you trade out Chain Lightning. And if we're ever going to try it to be good late game, maybe we just get a bunch of them in one run and see how far that can make it, you know? So far, it's seeming pretty darn good. I mean, we're definitely ad clearing, like, pretty crazy fast. Alright, big boy. Come chase me over here, let's take you out real quick. Oh yeah, we love that. If you want to take stuff that applies strictly to electric, that's going to be nice stuff. Can you just walk down here for me for a little bit? There you go. Oops, well, I thought she would cast that and I could walk back into her, but she kind of said, no, I'm going to wait a second and then cast it. She's kind of getting messed up though. Obviously I think Chaotic Missile is doing a lot of the direct damage, but none of their little small enemies are really getting on top of us, you know, because they're just getting crowd controlled. This is great for getting sploders off of our cheeks. Next should be green, I believe, which should be right down here. Yes. Let's see how fast we can kill Bumble this time. The first time I fought Bumble, I absolutely wasted him. So you know we don't want to beat him up too hard, but I didn't even think about going to Bumble when I loaded this map. I was just like, yeah, I haven't really done the ice map in this second. I might as well do that. But yeah, Bumble's here, baby. So I'm not completely sure I understand how Bumble's lair is going to work after this event ends. But I think it might just be a low chance that when you load this map up, you get these runes and can get to his lair, but it's not going to be a guaranteed thing. When the event is active right now, it's guaranteed that you're going to be able to do this and get to Bumble's lair. But I don't think it's going to be guaranteed once this event is over. Where are you? You're over there. Why don't you come over here? Yeah, keep throwing poison, but like, come this way. There you go. You big weirdo. You big stinky green thing. You know, green usually signifies stink, and I think that you have quite the odor, my friend. Oh yeah, you got crushed or loose-skid. We'll do some infinite mode after this too, once we get through Bumble's lair. So last is obviously going to be purple. Let's go ahead and run up there. Should be up in the top left here, or I guess this is top middle, I think. No, this is top left. The runes kind of form like a little star pattern. This is really good ad clear, I gotta say. I'm loving it. Not the McDonald's way. In fact, I'm loving it. Put a G on the end there so we don't get trademarked. You know, you gotta be careful about that stuff. Well, hope you guys are having a good day. Did you do any funky builds like this yourself, or do you kind of just do try hard builds most of the time? I mean, those elites got wasted. Oh my god. I think they're getting wasted from the Chain Lightning too. It is level 5. I want to keep pumping the Chain Lightning level, but it's just about if they give me those upgrades, you know? Yeah. Yep. Ooh. It's hard to pass up dashes, so I won't. I don't necessarily need them as much when it's something like this. You know, that's not like a super high curse level, but still good to have, especially because I'm not doing a bunch of defense with like building block power and health and stuff, so I might as well build a good amount of dashes. I don't know, maybe we should do Overlord mode and see if we could actually handle several bosses at once with this kind of a build, because I'm not sure. It is interesting to me that Unchained Chaos counts as a missile type ability. I think that's weird. Isn't that kind of weird? I'm kind of stuck on the wall here. I'm trying to get this guy to walk towards me. There we go. Did you walk in there, big boy? Now you did. There you go. You're getting kind of wasted, huh? How many stacks of dazed are on you? Looks like 100 or so. This little laser is following me around. Well, I'm glad I got all these dashes. I'm certainly using them just to avoid this sucker while we're here. Oh, it looks like you get pretty close up, then yeah, it does stack up pretty quick. All those Chain Lightnings, they do some good damage. We gotta go around the corner here because we gotta get to the Christmas portal. Let's go our levels really quick. So see, I could get a second Unchained Chaos. And it's not that I'm not considering it. Wait, why is this one level 8? Oh, it missed it. Did I get some direct Chain Lightning upgrades before I got these, and then for some reason it wasn't retroactive and applied to these and it only applied to this one? Because that'd be kind of funky. Huh. I'm gonna trade one of these out. I want to make it even and get 2 of each. Look at that damage modifier for all of those. And we'll do a little cast frequency on that there. Oh, I like those little sparkle effects when you hop in there. That's funny. Yeah, that's weird that they're not all the same level. Huh. Alright, Bumble. Where you at, big boy? Hello there. I know he's gonna spawn some dudes. Get the little dash going there. Oh yeah, he's not going down as fast as last time. So this is definitely some good insight to see that this build is not necessarily like killing it, but we are stacking up a bunch of negative effects from the chain chaos, you know, unchained chaos, and then a lot of days from the chain lightning. Do a little dash there. I like his attack patterns. He has some really cool ones. Oh, interesting. I actually haven't seen that attack yet. See, I didn't get to see all of his attack patterns last time I did this because I killed him too fast. I only got to see like 2 of his attacks. But this is a very interesting one, an actual like moving aura around him. That's unique. I've never seen that from like other bosses. That's just a regular slash, I'm pretty sure. I feel like almost every boss has just like a regular slash attack like that. Sometimes it's good just to get close to them like that, because then you can bait the slash attack out of them, get them stuck in an animation, and then you can just kind of thwap them while they're stuck still. Not too much of a problem with this build, you know, because most of our damage is flying itself out, but I suppose for a chaotic missile it's not too bad. Which is level 10, which is pretty funny because it's not even like the main thing I'm trying to get. If I can get some more synergetic power-ups here, it wouldn't be too bad. I kind of want to see if I could walk in that little cave there because it looked like I could walk into it. I was assuming I couldn't, and I can't. But I don't know, it looked like I could, so I was kind of interested. Yeah, this is definitely a slog when it comes to bosses, so that's interesting and good to know. Although I feel like maybe it would do more boss damage like we were doing before on the bosses when there's more enemies around, because then it would be, you know, bouncing off more enemies and then back to the bosses maybe, but I don't know if that's true or if that really makes too much sense. Do your little slash, there you go. Little aura, alright. Little icy aura, huh boy? Yeah, I do like this boss fight. I'm excited to see future events. Oh, that was bad by me. Future events and what kind of cool bosses they can do, because this is really dope. And I don't know if they're gonna do it like holiday based, because this is obviously like a Christmas type thing. If you couldn't tell by the giant gingerbread man and presents and candy canes sitting around, but in the future, I don't know. Maybe they'll do like an Easter one, and you have to go fight the Easter bunny or some crazy kooky stuff like that, which I would be very interested. That'd be really funny. But I don't know if they're planning on doing that, or if they're just gonna make random events sometimes too, where they just make their own, you know, inspired bosses. I'm not quite sure what the plan is for future events. And there he goes. Down he goes. He didn't even spawn his boys that time. Last time I fought him, he spawned some boys to help him out, but it didn't seem like that time. Damage multiplier. And let's just do a little infinite. I know I said the Overlord would be interesting, but I thought about it and I was like, you know what? It sounds kind of painful. Let's corner farm a little bit. Can I just not even touch my keyboard here? Yeah, a little bit. Probably should though. But man, look at that chain lightning and the unchained chaos going crazy. That is great. That's essentially what I wanted to see. So overall, I mean, for a low curse beginning section, this build is sufficient. It actually cleared pretty well. And even if I didn't have the direct damage from the chaotic missile, I feel like we would have cleared the first level pretty handedly. Obviously, when it comes to fighting bosses, it's not the best thing in the world, but I definitely see more viability for Chain Lightning now. And honestly, I could see Chain Lightning being good throughout an entire first level. Ooh, gotta get the might, because the might is what's gonna make our Chain Lightning and stuff hit just way harder. Yeah, I could see keeping Chain Lightning through an entire first level, and then maybe when you go into an Overlord or a Endless Portal, that's when you cycle those abilities out and you grab some other stuff, you know? That's what I could see being really good, and probably a smart way to do it. But at the very least, I think just keeping like one Chain Lightning for some really good ad clear and even just some decent elite damage and whatnot is a pretty good idea for longer in your runs than it was before the update. But they did a good job buffing this. Could it use a little more damage? Maybe a slightly bit more damage, but I think the amount of damage it has right now is pretty solid. I'm excited to see stuff like that get buffed. You know, it's always a good time. Maybe we can go crazy crit with these things now. And just raw damage is what I'm trying to get in there too. No armor. I just want like straight goofy damage. I want to see how much damage I can just stack. Honestly, I would have banished the armor and stuff power-ups if I kept my banishes, but I kind of used them on abilities, which I wasn't too mad about doing because, well, it could have taken a lot longer to get as many instances of these abilities as I wanted, so not too bad about it. Cast frequency, perfect. And then critical damage. Wouldn't have minded that movement speed, but didn't necessarily need it. I mean, he's dying pretty quick. I think most of it is him dying from negative effects stacking up, but at the same time, I don't know, I think he is taking some good damage from our chaining abilities, so we're not really going to know for sure until we get to the in-game damage screen and can actually pick it apart and see, okay, what actually did most of this damage. And I'm putting a lot of my money on the fact that Chain Lightning is going to do a good amount of it. Cast frequency is beautiful. Fragility goes to bleed, sure. And then potency of might. Let's do it, baby. Alright, I really want to start focusing my Chain Lightning now if I can. Putting a lot of focus into that and see how much damage I can get it to do. Gotta say though, I'm kind of annoyed that the upgrades I have to like my Chain Lightning weren't retroactive. The same thing with my Unchained Chaos, because now I have one at level 9 and one at level 4. Why didn't it come in at level 9 as well? Because those specific upgrades apply to that ability. But they're both the same ability, so it should have retroactively applied. That's kind of silly in my opinion. Hopefully they fix something like that in the future. Let's see here. A little... Getting that crit going, burst. Unchained Chaos. We have enough of that already, thank you very much. So fragility could be very good too. Obviously the more fragility we have, the more damage they'll take just outright. But getting this crit up I think is a good idea. Obviously it's hitting so much, each hit does a crit, you know, could be really good. Especially if we have, do we have wound already? I don't know if we have wound or not. I feel like I remember picking that up. I'm looking at my abilities down there and trying to pick apart if I have it or not. It's kind of hard to tell when I'm running around. It's okay though. We'll assume that we don't have it and keep an eye open. Ooh, multicast for that. It's beautiful. Big crits, damage of Chain Lightning. Big crits. Okay, this might start popping off now. That was good damage up there. We bursted the hell out of those guys. I just want to see if I can get to a point where I can kill a boss with these things like really quick. I mean, ooh, those elites just got fried. Most literally, too. Hopefully you guys had a good New Year's. I kind of just being chilled with my family. Got to play with my little nephew a lot, which is always fun. You know, they've been in town. My sister and my little nephew, he's like a year and a half old. That's been awesome for this holiday season since they've been in town, because usually they live across the country, so it's been nice to actually see the kid and playing with them. But it's funny, with little kids, when you make like a pattern of playing with them, where it's like, okay, this person plays with me in this specific way, they'll remember how you play with them, and they'll want you to do that one thing. So be careful of how you play with a kid, because you might do something that really tires you out or something, and then it's like, oop, that's your job now. There's some health crystals down here, so I'm not too worried about that. Or actually, I think they all broke because my Chain Lightning hit it. Okay, so that's one big downside to keep in mind. You're in like kind of a bad spot. You want to come this way a little bit for me? Potency, let's go. Yeah, yes, please. I don't really know what area modifier does for this, because like it doesn't have any splash damage, does it? It's all like direct, so I don't really know. I don't know. But one of the ways of playing with him I made was, you know, it was Christmas, so we had a bunch of boxes, and he got in one of the boxes, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll push the kid around in a box, and I did that, and he was just loving it. And now, of course, every time he gets in the box, he's just looking at me like, Uncle, it's just box time. And I'm like, alright, I guess it's box time. And then I gotta push him around, and it's like, you know, he's all the way on the ground. And I'm 6 foot tall, so I'm bending over like crazy. He's lucky I'm not an old man yet, or I'd be throwing my back out every time just to do that with him. Which would be worth it, because it's really funny to see how happy he gets. But it's like, whew, why did I pick this way of playing with him? Couldn't have just made a funny voice with his little people toys or something? No. I had to do this. Not my best idea. But I did find kind of like a cheat code for it. Every now and again I push him around the house really fast, and he likes that. But also I found a way to just like spin him around me without even having to move my body. I just move my arms. So I can just kind of swoop him around me in the box by throwing him behind my back, kind of. And he loves that, you know, just spinning around. So that's kind of my cheat code around it, because then I don't really have to do as much energy. Although, man, I'll tell you, I still get kind of out of breath after a few minutes, because, ooh, it's just, I mean, it's a workout. It's actually a pretty good workout. That'd be one way to get absolutely fucking shredded. Walk up to an absolutely yoked guy, and you're just like, man, what's your workout routine? Yeah, just gonna throw a toddler around in a box for a while. I'd be pretty impressed. I'd say sign me up for that. I guess the only problem is if you don't have a toddler on hand. You can't really go to Dick's Sporting Goods and buy that, can you? Alright, let's see here. What do we got? Multicast. Ooh, damage. Can you give me that cast frequency? The more we can cast this thing, the better. But it is some cute stuff, I gotta say. And the kid just like eats like insane. I swear he's like a human garbage disposal. Which I guess he's growing like crazy, you know. But it's just like wild. And all the energy he expends, he needs more into him. But I'm just sitting there and, you know, I'm a grown-ass man, and I swear he eats more than me sometimes. I'm just like, holy shit, how are you still housing this fucking food right now? Because you'll see him put in like so much food into his body, and then, you know, I fed him at dinner tonight, and I'm just like, okay, you want more? More? And he didn't do it tonight, but a lot of times at dinner, if he's like really hungry, he'll just like scream at you to give him more food. It's like, more! And you're like, calm down, and you can't even eat yourself if you're the one feeding him, because he's just like so greedy. He wants all of it for himself, and you're like, all right, you gotta chill for 2 seconds, because I need to give myself at least a few bites of food here. And he's like, you absolute fool, this is my time, we feed me. And you're like, stop being selfish. Although you probably don't understand the meaning of the word, because you don't really understand any words, to be honest. But no, you definitely understand some words. I mean, it's interesting to see like kind of the lights turn on, to put it into words, you know, when they're kind of like this little husk of a person, and then suddenly the lights come on inside, and then you see them actually like processing the things in the world around them, you know, understanding words and like what you mean by things. Because he'll be like kind of rough with stuff, because he doesn't really understand how to be gentle necessarily all the time with things he needs to be gentle with. Like we have the Christmas tree up, and he doesn't know that he needs to be careful with the ornaments. But if he starts being rough with them, you just kind of walk up and you go, gentle, gentle, or don't touch, and he'll stop because he understands what it means. It's like, okay. Could he say the words back to you? Not really, but he knows what they mean, and that's pretty impressive to me. So, it's cool though. Because I remember seeing, even when he was like a little baby, and they just like have nothing going on up there. It's just, you know, suck mommy milkers and shit yourself and cry. But then one day it's just kind of like, boop, the lights flicker on inside, and you kind of see their eyes change, where they're like actually processing the world. And that's when you can really start like playing with them, having fun, because they're like actually wanting to do stuff. You know, they actually have their own like needs, and their own personality starts forming, and you're like, oh, you're like an actual little person now. They go from like a little ball of flesh to an actual person, and it's really cool to actually see that flick on, you know. That was one of the dopest things to see when he was really young, and even still now, day after day, I swear I'll see him, and the next week I see him again, and it's like, you know, just a new part of his brain activated, and he can just process more and more things than he could before when I saw him, and it's just very impressive to see. I remember my brother-in-law a little while ago, he was like, why are humans like have to be fed and all this for so long, but other animals, they don't even do that. They're just like walking as soon as they're born. I'm like, because other animals, you know, don't live in air-conditioned houses with the ability to order a pizza at the snap of their fingers, you know what I mean? There's quite a level of intelligence that humans have over animals that need some nurturing, you know, so it makes sense to me. He was like, that's a good point. Like, yeah. Get out of here, big boy. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, this build, kind of clapping. I think I'm gonna leave it there for now, but I'm impressed. I didn't know what to expect when I set out on this build, on this run, but honestly, that was pretty good. 72 million from Chain Lightning. Honestly, I think I should have kept that third Chain Lightning. I was trading it out for the negative effects and whatnot, but man, Chain Lightning's pretty damn good now. Level 14 on these? That's interesting they even back up. I don't really understand. Yeah, that's weird. But either way, really good run there. I set out to do what I wanted to do with the chaining abilities there, and it definitely turned out very well. We got to fight Bumble again and see his actual attack patterns. Pretty cool stuff. If you guys enjoyed, you do want to leave me a like, comment, subscribe, or hit that notification bell so you can see more in the future. This is a daily series after all, so if you do want this delivered straight to your inbox every single day, then go ahead, click that notification bell, and you can get your daily dose of Roger and Soulstone Survivors straight to you every single day. But that is it for me, so as always, have a great day.